I was asking if angels had sexes, because seems sometimes I pick up feminine energy and sometimes masculine.
Yeah, I actually a lot of people have asked that, so I think it's a great question. My experience is they do not have sex, gender like we have gender, where we're quite obviously a male or a female, empirically. They, you remember, it takes three angels to make a baby. For humans, it's two. So, just if you think of that, they don't have sex in the way that we do. It's not something I've looked at a whole lot because, I don't actually get to just go ask curiosity questions. Most of what I know about angels is because someone has asked me. Certainly I'll go into experiences on my own, but usually it's in preparation for a class and I'll have my own experiences, but I don't generally ask things like that just because they tell me to shut up. So I love it when somebody asks me, because it's like, I'd like to know that too. Because angels are all about service and purpose. So it has to have, in my experience, a service or a purpose to it. If it has a service or a purpose, they're all in. If it doesn't, they're off elsewhere. So I relate to them as having a sex, like I'll call Muriel male, he. But there's someone who works with Muriel probably more than I do, and because he just calls him forward all the time, and he calls Muriel she. He calls Muriel her.
I thought it was a she, yeah.
So that's how you see, because angels in my experience are very formless in terms of what we relate to as form. Like, I don't ever see them with a form unless sometimes I'll see eyes just only for Mikael or a new silent one, right? My experience, a silent one. Or I really don't see much of a form other than that or experience much form. I think when they give us form, they're doing that for us so that we relate to them, more, so we can relate to them. So I think they come to us in the way that we can relate to them. So you relate to Mirai as a she. I relate to Mirai as a he. I call Ariel a she. Other people call Ariel a he. So I think they can have a particular milieu, which makes them seem either masculine or feminine. But as far as having a sex like male or female, that's not my experience. It would be anthropomorphizing a little too much to say they have a male or female form. We could, extrapolate by about 1 million and say, well, there's the Father, Mother, God. Does the Father God have sex? Does the Mother God have sex? Well, they have a polarity, maybe. There's a polarity, but angels may have a particular orientation towards one polarity, but then just as soon as we think they have an orientation towards that polarity, they'll switch and go to the other polarity because they are one with the will of God. They are intention. So if it serves them to be more feminine, so be it. Then it may serve God to be more masculine. They flow. I think that's why, it's the three streams creating the angelic, the three streams creating a baby, a being. No one's ever asked me if angels have sex yet. And I have no idea. They create babies, but I don't think it's having sex like we have sex. But did that answer your question?